Alright, this is the Star Wars X-Wing miniature game, and today I am showing my YT-1300, the Firespray 31, and the Lambda class shuttle. Now, each one of these ships are a much larger ship in the X-Wing miniature game universe. As you can see, the detail on these ships is really high. There's a ton of paint work. When you buy them right out of the box, this is exactly what the ships look like. I have not painted them in any way, shape, or form. But as you can see, there's a lot of detail even on the bottom. So there's rust marks, there's paint everywhere. These look like they're almost, you could put them on your shelf somewhere. But each one of these come with a big base, and on the base they have different pilots. So the first pilot is Han Solo, and Han Solo has a piloting skill of 9. The red is how much attack power he has, so he's got 3 attack power. The green is his agility. He's got 1 agility. 8 is his hull. So he has 8 hull. And 5 is the blue. And that is his shields. So Han Solo has a much higher piloting skill than any of the other pilots that can fly in the Millennium Falcon. Now also, if you see the 2 little red marks that are going out, that is the front firing arc. So anything within this triangle area is his front firing arc. Now, the Millennium Falcon also has the ability to shoot in 360 degrees. You know, just like you see in all of the movies, the little turret that's right there can shoot 360 degrees. So this is one of the few ships that's in the game that has 360 degree firing arc. The Millennium Falcon also comes with Chewbacca. Now all the rest of the skills are pretty much the same. The 3 attack, 1 agility, 8 hull, 5 shields. But what's different is his piloting skills. Chewbacca's piloting skills is only 5 versus Han Solo's piloting skills of 9. So he's a little, not quite as good as a pilot. And then the other one it comes with is Lando Calrissian. Now Lando Calrissian has a pilot skill of 7, so he's better than Chewbacca, but not quite as good as Han, and then the attack, agility, hull, and shields are the exact same thing on each ship. And then the final pilot is just the Outer Rim Smuggler. He's just a generic, run-of-the-mill guy. He's a first-year pilot. He's only got 1 in his piloting skills, but his actual attack is less than everybody else. So he only gets 2. He gets the same amount of agility. He only gets 6 instead of 8 with the hull. And then his shields are only 4 instead of the 5. So the Millennium Falcon is a pretty awesome ship. It's got some really good pilots. It's got some high-level pilots with being the 9 and the 7. So his piloting skills with the Millennium Falcon are really, really good. This is a good ship for anybody if you're going to be running any sort of Rebel Alliance kind of style fleet. Then the next ship is the Firespray 1300. And the Firespray 1300, of course, is Boba Fett's ship, or Jango Fett, or any number of other smugglers and bounty hunters. But as you can see, the detail is super high on this ship too. Again, this is a little bit larger than your typical X-Wing ship, but the detail nonetheless is just as good. So we got that, and then there's the base. So the base is a pretty large base. And then the first pilots that you get with this ship is Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett only has a piloting skill of 8, so he's a little bit less than Han Solo, because Han Solo has 9. but it's got the same amount of attack power as the Millennium Falcon with 3. It's got 2 agility, where the Millennium Falcon only has 1 agility, so it's a little bit better in agility-wise. It's got 6 hull and 4 shields. So Boba Fett's a pretty decent pilot. It has a front firing arc, and it has a rear firing arc. Unlike the Millennium Falcon, it cannot shoot in 360 degrees, but it can shoot missiles and mines out the back, and it has a front firing arc for its turbo lasers and, weapons like that. Now, the other pilot that it comes with is Karsus Trilix, and he's only got a 5 piloting skills, so he's lower on the piloting skills. All the rest of the stats stay the same. The other pilot that comes with this ship is Kath Scarlet, and Kath Scarlet has a piloting skill of 7, so she's just a little bit less than Boba Fett, but she's still a very good pilot. And then it comes with the Bounty Hunter, this is the generic Bounty Hunter ship. And with the generic ship, you have a piloting skill of 3. The stats do stay the same on this one, so it's not like the Millennium Falcon. So it is a base ship, is a little bit better than the Millennium Falcon. But the captains aren't quite as good as Han Solo, but still very good piloting skills at a pilot skill of 8. And that is the Fire Spray. And then the last ship that I have out of the big ships is the Lambda class shuttle. That's the Lambda class shuttle. And this shuttle is a little bit bigger than the other ones. Detail is just as good as the other 2 ships. But what's real nice about this one is the wings fold up. Just like it does in the movies. So you can have the wings are folded in or out depending on how you want to play with the ship. So this looks just like when you saw it in the movies, when it would come in and land down in the, in the spaceship or, Death Star or whatever. It always folded up the wings. So that's a really cool feature. It's got the little engines in the back. Very high detail, just like the other 2 ships. I really like this ship. It's a little bit different way of playing than the other 2. But this ship is a pretty powerful ship to have in your fleet. And then the pilots that it comes with is Captain. Let's get in focus. Someday it'll focus. All right. This is a pilot skill of 8, and it's got Captain Kegi, and it's got an attack power of 3. It's got an agility of 2. It has 5 hull and 6 shields. And this ship is kind of unique because it doesn't have a backwards firing arc. It only can shoot forward. So it's only got a forward firing arc. And a captain skill of 8 with Captain Kegi. Then it's got Captain Yarn. And Captain Yarn only has a piloting skill of 4. So a much lower piloting skill with this one. And then the other pilots that it comes with is it comes with a piloting skill of 6, and it's Colonel Jendon with, of course, the same stats, the 3, the 1, the 5, and 5. And then you have the generic pilot, the Omicron group pilot, and he's only got a pilot of 2. And all of his base stats are pretty much the same. So this is a different ship. You have to use a lot more additional cards and additional things to make this ship a pretty powerful ship, where these other 2 ships kind of start off right off the bat pretty powerful. So that's my large group of ships that I have so far, and this is for Star Wars X-Wing miniature game.